Madden Football brings you the divisional round of the NFL playoffs, and it's brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Titans and the Ravens, and it comes your way next.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to the home of the Ravens. Sold out M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. Coming up, it's Divisional Round Saturday, and we've got an AFC battle on tap between the Tennessee Titans and the Baltimore Ravens. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
For a berth in the AFC Championship game, off we go in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. And this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And he returns this to the 22. A number 8, Lamar Jackson, trotting onto the field at quarterback, ready to lead this Ravens offense.
And you have to figure that this is a confident quarterback who gets the start here. Coming off of a victory in round 1, team doesn't have to travel. They get another home game here in the divisional round. And I know it sounds cliche, but playing at home, huge for a quarterback, huge for his team. They want to take advantage of it.
They'll start by running the option to the right. Fights through, and now a crease. And Jackson's so tough to stop. He's got a first down, and he gives himself up there at the end. Well, you don't expect too many quarterbacks to be adept at breaking away from would-be tacklers, but this is uncommonly good right here as he's able to get away.
And defensively, you're going to have some guys with hands on hips looking to the heavens right now. You've got a fairly clean shot at the quarterback here, but he's able to worm his way out of that initial contact, and not only that, he's able to hot-foot it downfield for good yardage.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the initial contact on the next-gen stats. Play action. Now Jackson. They'll roll him out right. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Picked off by Bud Dupree. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. Here comes the Tennessee offense, and you see Ryan Tannehill leading them out.
And it wasn't really his best performance of the year in the wild card round last week. He just had the one touchdown pass, but he got the job done and his team advanced. For them to continue on to the championship round, though, he's going to need to take a few more chances with the ball downfield, push it a little bit more, and make sure his team finds its way into the end zone a few more times.
On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. A gain of 3, second down.
Partner, you know I love to point out when teams break tendency and do something a little bit different from the norm. But when you run the ball in the first play of the drive, that's not a tendency breaker at all. That's just trying to establish yourself as you move forward.
And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38. The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on third. Here's Tannehill. He's going to let this one go deep. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A big connection on that one. 32 yards.
A very early momentum changer there. Actually a dream killer for the defense because they forced a third down. Felt like they had a good chance to get off the field defensively, and then they got hit with that big play.
No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. Here's Tannehill.
And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal.
Now Tannehill. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
Bullock's kick is good. And the Titans hit the scoreboard first. It's 3-0. Not a touchdown, obviously, but playoffs, you're on the road. At least you put something on the board.
I would agree with that totally. You're not exactly sending a message to the opposition, but you are letting them know that you came to play.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. This Ravens offense heads back out there, led by Lamar Jackson. He'll look to shake off the interception on the opening drive. He should at least be comforted that it resulted in 3, not 6.
And if I were him, I would be the guy all the way out on the field greeting my defense now, saying, thanks a lot. You held them to a field goal after I turned it over. That's a big defensive stand for them. He needs to go out now and make up for what he did on the first drive.
Well, no matter your experience level as a quarterback, you throw an interception on that first drive, maybe a little shaken up. Nice response there to get their first down.
I think you make an excellent point. I don't care who you are. You throw an interception, it's going to get to you a little bit. But the ones that we've seen that are the best, you never notice it. They don't come to the bench, throw their helmets, they don't do any of that. They just go back out the next drive and act like it never happened. And that's what we're seeing here.
So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 36. Rolling to his right. And this is caught inside the 5. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Marquise Brown, 36 yards. And the Ravens have taken the lead. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. The drive there only spanning 3 plays, and it's capped off by the Baltimore score. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
This will be fielded inside the 5.
And they're going to have very poor field position as he's out of bounds at his 7-yard line. The Titans coming back onto the field for their 2nd drive. They're forced to play catch-up early in this division round game as they search for a seat in the AFC Championship round. Flushed out right. Man open, here is Jones. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A big play that time through the air. 30 yards. A 1st down carry for Henry. Fights him off, and he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this 1st quarter. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Tannehill going to turn and give this to Henry, and he'll work it across midfield inside the 45.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside, and so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
It's a big play there for Baltimore. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Sliding out of the pocket. And in for the Ravens touchdown. A 14-yard touchdown as the Ravens push further out in front. Now Tucker to add the PAT. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it's capped off with a Ravens touchdown. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Well, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. A good gain on 1st. Has them set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. They'll try the right side with Henry. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Tannehill. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
51 yards on the punt there. And the Ravens will get it. 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. Lamar Jackson marching back onto the field. And he's been fun to watch run the football. We know he can pass, but using his legs effectively here in this one.
No doubt about it. Watch him maneuver in the pocket, out of the pocket, making the plays that he's making, which are breaking down the defense. I thought back to when we had our morning jog before the game, and I couldn't keep up with you. Those legs, they're valuable for his team.
Eluding the pressure right. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on Divisional Round weekend. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful Divisional Round weekend. Now on the run, he'll throw it back deep over the middle. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. It was a safety, Kevin Byard, that time, who was able to knock it away. Out to his left. Now he'll throw deep left side. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And take it right on the 30. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. So a good punt there, but a very strong 14-yard return. And it'll be Titan football. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
And partner, to me, that one was all about timing. If he's there too early, it's going to be a pass interference call. If he's too late, it's a completed pass. He was Johnny on the spot on that one.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Now Tannehill.
Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
Here's Brett Kern now as he'll punt it away for the second time. This will be fielded at the 17. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
Now he's going to throw it back deep over the middle. He's got a man complete. And all the way down to the 39. It's a big play there for Baltimore.
Well, for all the deserved accolades Lamar Jackson gets for his running prowess, you know, his deep ball, it's really a thing to behold as well.
And he made that look effortless, didn't he? I mean, he's had a great game throwing the football. This is going to add to his yardage total in a big way. It's one thing to be accurate on your short and intermediate throws, but when you're hitting the bombs like those, look out.
So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's 1st down on the other side of the field.
Jackson's throw complete here to his receiver, Brown.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. Spotted at the left hash, this from 45. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good, and that will do it for this first half. So it's on to halftime in this AFC Divisional Round matchup. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, this is the second of 4 games this weekend as we narrow the field down to the 4 teams who will meet in the league championship games next Sunday. We'll get back out to you guys in just a moment. But first, let's take a look ahead to tomorrow's other divisional round games in the AFC. And it looks like a good one, as it'll be the Miami Dolphins doing battle with the Kansas City Chiefs. Continuing on, here's a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Titans. And not much went right in those first 2 quarters. You can see the numbers on the ground there. Not a whole lot to write home about so far. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, you get a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And whatever they've done, it's worked, as they have the lead through 2 quarters of play. Final adjustments are underway in the locker rooms. Which of these 2 teams will survive and advance to next weekend's AFC Championship game? To find out, we go back to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC Divisional Round. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
The Titans getting set to go here to begin the 3rd quarter. And right out of the gate, they face what you'd think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Henry again on 2nd down.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long.
Third down now. Those last two plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points.
Caught on the right side by Jones. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield.
Now that's all about making something happen as a quarterback, because instead of forcing something on third down, how about him buying some time outside of the pocket, waiting for someone to come open, and when he did, he put it on him for a big play and a first down.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
44 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Derrick Henry. Shedding the tackler that gives him some room. He's still barreling through. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Now a first down throw, Tannehill.
That's taken in by Ferkser.
And he's out of bounds, almost gets to the 10. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
On first down, Henry. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Derrick Henry taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Titans have made this a one-score game. Bullock good on the extra point, and that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. So the drive winds up going 75 yards in 7 plays. And Derrick Henry able to finish it off with a touchdown run. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half.
And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a one-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a one-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change, because otherwise that could overrun your team. You got to be careful right here.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A big play that time on the catch and run. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Jackson from the shotgun. He'll buy some time right. First down and more for Jackson. And down to the 19-yard line.
And Brandon, this is the time of the game when Jackson could really take over. He's got the defense's legs a little bit tired. He's got them on the run.
Yeah, this defense looks gassed, and you're exactly right. Second half with the lead, this is when Lamar Jackson seems to thrive.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
Everyone has their strengths, able to move to their right or their left, being able to throw the football. So that means you've got to work on both, because you never know which way you're going to get flushed by pressure. In this situation, able to escape to his left and makes an accurate throw.
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson taking it in from 14 yards out. And the Ravens are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter. Tucker now for the extra point. And the lead is up to 14. 1 quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title game. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Baltimore, where the fourth quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the third quarter. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away.
Taken in at the 3.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it?
And shedding the tackle, and now some room. And still fighting. And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line.
121 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in this divisional round matchup.
On first down, it's Tannehill. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. Derrick Henry. He scored on the ground and through the air.
And the Titans have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth.
Extra point up and good by Bullock. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
Their lead back down to one score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 46. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
Fighting through, and he's got space. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. Even from up here in the booth, the play-by-play guy could tell that there was some pretty good blocking on the right side of the line.
Well, you have good eyes, and it's almost like a ballet when it's executed that well. Everyone in the right spot, everyone in sync, everyone hitting the perfect notes. A little more percussion and a lot more bass, I would think, than you get your normal ballet. But at the same time, that was well executed.
It'll be a pickup of 10 yards, and that'll make it second and a foot or so. And a busy night for Henry continues. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Derrick Henry saving his best for the playoffs with his third touchdown of the game.
And the Titans are an extra point away from tying this game here in the fourth.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the fourth. Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field.
And as a fan of the NFL, not much more you could hope for in this divisional round matchup. Tie game, fourth quarter. A lot of these fans with their hearts in their throats waiting to...
And got his man complete. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. A great play there. His second touchdown of the night.
And the Ravens strike quickly to take the lead here in the fourth.
Tucker with the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Tennessee offense set to go again. And this is a unit that needs to get in gear if they want to play for a conference championship next weekend. Down 7 here in the fourth and a very critical drive upcoming.
They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. It was Justin Houston who got him down.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. But let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains. That means they're punting the ball likely on fourth down.
And Henry's hit. He lost the football. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive.
Tannehill's throw into the hands of Ferkser here.
And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds.
7 yards, the pickup there. Tannehill to throw.
Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters.
Well, it's a cold night, and whether you're a quarterback that wears a glove on his throwing hand or not, that ball is a rock, Brandon. You've got to really drive it through the cold and the wind, or it can take off on you, and that may have been what happened there.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll try and run some clock now with Bell. And his first carry, he loses the football. It's picked up by the Titans. Well, he's not the starter coming in, getting his first carry off the bench. That's not the way to earn more carries.
You have to stay in the game, even if you're not on the field, right? Stay mentally sharp, stay ready, and above all, when you get into the game, hold on to the football. Don't let the other team have it.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark, really, start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on.
Oh, no, he lost the football. And the offense will get this one back. Boy, that could have been catastrophic at this late stage of the game, but they avoid disaster.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down.
Henry running right. It's a 7-yard run, but it does bring up 4th down. Now Tennessee going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Game on the line, season on the line. They're going for it here on 4th down. Desperation time for Tannehill on 4th down. He's going deep for Brown.
And that went a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete.
They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and as a result, their playoff run may end right here. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
And he's going to have a Ravens first down as the tackle made at about the 43-yard line.
The Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. The Ravens taking a knee with victory seemingly in hand here. Now the Titans will use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game.
On 2nd down, a run with Dobbins.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 8 yards there on the carry, and now they're left with a much more manageable 3rd and 3. Championship. How about this?
What a tremendous feeling to get to the game that can get you to the Super Bowl. A fantastic season. Unfortunately, for the other team, a tough way for it to end.